Okay, and we are live. It's Tony, Innovation Fika, back here again, and now finally live with Mr. SIME himself, Mr. a lot more than SIME himself, Ola Ahlvarsson. I will say an old friend of mine. We've known each other for quite some time now, and I'm really happy to be here as well. I'm really happy that you could take 5 minutes out of your super busy schedule to give me an short interview here today as well. Let's just, and this is actually, it's 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon. So this is actually the normal Innovation Fika time that I broadcast every Wednesday afternoon.
Great.
2:30 p.m. I do Innovation Fika live on LinkedIn. And today it's actually on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch as well. And I always start by asking, this is episode 62, if I'm not completely miscalculating. I always start by asking my guests sort of, who are you and what do you do? But everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows what you do. But actually, Ola, what do you do?
Well, so the rapid answer is that I'm an entrepreneur, predominantly in technology. But I've also, in that capacity, worked with a lot of other entrepreneurs as an advisor and with a lot of entrepreneurs in large companies over the last 20 years. Now I'm a founder of Epicenter, of Star Stable, and I run SIME and a bunch of things. And I'm off stage now 10 minutes. Otherwise, I always have at least an hour with this guy. But now I'm running around here at the center, just enjoying it. I came off the stage with NATO spokesperson telling us about the Ukraine conflict, and I'm still a little bit in shock with some of the things I heard.
I am actually broadcasting from the side of the main stage, and I listened into that as well. It was both very interesting, and it was, I don't know, yeah. We're in a very, it's turmoil, we're very special times indeed.
Yeah, and innovation, it's come through several times during the day. Innovation is no longer about just getting a better feature on your banner. It's about being the first in creating the platforms and technologies that our society will rest upon. And for instance, he spoke about quantum computing. Yep. The first that can use quantum to crack codes will have access to everybody's codes and decipher anything in seconds. So it's an arms race also in the innovation space. So let's speak about other innovation. But
yeah, of course. And I see you also have the robot dog running around here as well.
Yes.
I saw some people sort of going, oh, what's that? And this actually is one of, is it like Boston Robotics?
So this actually Kronans Apotek that are going to use delivery robot dogs for things you order in metaverse, and it's off the charts forward thinking, and they're going to try that live for the first time tomorrow. So
delivery robot dogs
so you're in metaverse, you go into Kronans Apotek and you buy something, and it goes boom, and we have dog houses here where they wake up and they run out, they manage the stairs, and they go out in the city and they develop, deliver things. We're going to try it the first time tomorrow. But I mean, innovation, when you're playful and when you have a safe space to innovate, like we try to provide here, or like we are providing here at Epicenter, people come up with the most fantastic and crazy ideas.
I think you're touching on something really important there, because as I spoke to one of your colleagues, Jack, before regarding Epicenter Accelerate, and we talked about I work with like the super early stuff that sort of might end up here as well later on when they become startups or scale-ups. And just what you're saying here, the importance of a safe space where you can talk about stuff and you can try stuff without it. That doesn't really, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. And how do you work to encourage that kind of environment?
No, but I think that the narrative is very important. I think that's one of the most important things for any entrepreneur, any leader, to have a strong narrative and to live that narrative. And in our narrative, if you co-create and if you work together, and if you're doing that with a group of people that have a shared narrative of what they're co-creating, that's very often missing, by the way. People innovate because they want innovation. They don't know what kind of innovation and what problem it should solve. But if you have a strong narrative and you know why you innovate faster and better together. That's something we believe, and we live that. So we challenge hierarchies, we challenge traditional ways of doing things, and we are also very playful. You can have a chip in your hand if you want to, add your vaccine if you want to trigger even more conspiracy theory. We have lie detectors where we ask our members what they think about us, and we play around with technology. So it's okay to play around with technology. I mean, it's just as a... Oops, careful. Oops, microphone.
It's okay.
Like somebody gave me this. It's the artist Jacob Fellner in H&M that created clothing that actually sings to you if you look at it in the app. And it's Yuki Berg from Kent singing, and you're looking at a metaverse kimono that you can then sport around and give experiences to people looking in an app. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to come up with that if I had, 10 years. But it is a gorgeous kimono. Maybe that is a lot more valuable and desirable than other kimonos. And then they also have a business model, not just an idea.
But I will also say that just what you said before, that I mean, if we'd said, oh yeah, and then you'll have a robot dog will come and deliver things, and you're going, yes, and we're kind of there now, right?
Yeah. No, but Amazon, I know the CTO of Amazon, and he told me that they had something called the imperative yes. If you're an executive, you need to write a 4-pager of why you said no to the idea, rather than the opposite. And it just supercharged the ideas that at least got up to first base. And I think that if you have that attitude, wow, that is interesting. And we have a 4-layered innovation thought process. 1, what a great idea. Whatever you say, what a great idea. I have no clue it's going to work. 2, we take it into making a 1-pager, doing some basic research. Is it feasible? Is it good? Should we be doing this? 3, we test it somewhere. And we don't marry the test results or the idea. We marry the idea of being innovative and solving a problem. So if that doesn't work, it's just a step on the way towards something that works. And 4, it's something that we're doing. And then that's something we should really do. And we do that with the same force as the other things that we're doing. It is not just like, if we have time, we do that innovation stuff that you often get stuck in larger corporations.
Well, wait a minute. You just said something here. You said that the third step, you said it's just something on the way to making it work.
Absolutely.
You mean you don't say, that's a failure.
We win or we learn. We win or we learn. We win or we learn. Yeah. No, but I think that's important. I mean, I come from the martial arts and athlete's background. There's no athlete that hasn't lost.
Of course.
And it's how you learn from these things and better yourself that makes you a great athlete rather than a good one. And I think in what we've been doing here is that we are honest in the tests and we're very lightweight in the tests. Mm-hmm. How can we test this in the best possible way? So maybe instead of developing an advanced kimono with AR technology and connect artists and in fact, we're not a large company. We would just say, this kimono has these features. Would you like to buy it, sir? And we see how few or how many would actually think it's a cool idea. If everybody hates it, maybe it doesn't go further. And if everybody likes it, maybe we have a mock-up app and say, download it here.
Yep.
And maybe we make a video that you look at when you look at the video. It's not AR, it's just tape. And a couple of days later, we could figure out if this works. And I'm inspired by the Dropbox example. When Dropbox didn't build any code at all, they just made a video of a service and reiterated. And you've heard this story before, maybe. But that's a way to approach with curiosity and smartness how you can test things very rapidly.
And just going back again, because I know this. I feel the same way for myself when it comes to I know it's a sport analogy. I know it's, and you said the martial arts thing as well. But it's just like me asking you, Ola. I know that you were actually the world champion.
Yes.
In your specific martial arts. Mm. Did you ever lose before you became the world champion? Yeah. Why didn't you quit when you lost the first time? That is like saying,
And why did my trainer stop training me when I lost the first time?
Exactly.
So the leaders train people to be better and better and better. And
but why do companies then have this, not imperative yet, why do they have the imperative now?
Because they have the wrong KPIs. It's not stupid people, it's the wrong KPIs. And what I think that a lot of startups and people with ideas are doing wrong, it's like an artist thinking their song is the best in the world and they're in the basement and they sing better than both Alice Cooper and Lady Gaga. They're never going to leave the basement. So how do you leave the basement? You win American Idol, you get to become the next Disney song in the movie, you go to the best producers with your song, you hang out in the bars where the best producers hang out if you don't know them. I mean, there is an invisible success train that is leaving, and you're not on it if you just focus on the idea or on not telling it to other people. And I think that what we try to hack here with Epicenter, we want to be the American Idol for ideas and technology, whether they come from large companies or small companies.
But then we're talking about context again. We're talking about a platform. We're talking about a playground.
Yeah.
I love the playground analogy because if you have like kids, I mean, you don't tell them what to play or exactly how to play.
No.
They'll figure that out themselves.
Yeah.
Or you just need to give them a play. If you buy them expensive toys, they usually play with the box that came in.
But that's okay here. And we get a lot of applause for all the creative stuff happening here. We create the stage and everybody else create the play.
Yeah.
I found out about the robot dog 4 days ago and now it's on stage tomorrow. So that's because we welcome that and we champion that. So it's a dance floor and you're very welcome to come here and dance. But we also have the parole innovation with impact. So we separate people trying from people actually having succeeded and want to succeed faster. Not because we don't like people trying, and we're trying a lot of things ourselves all the time. It's because if you're in Champions League, you train and you have different ambitions than somebody who's not there yet, who will never go there. There's difference in that, and I think there's a problem with innovation that everybody's called an entrepreneur, and they're treated similarly, but they have very different needs, very different clout, and very different success potential. So I think that if you compare me having a new idea in the music industry with Daniel Ek, it's absurd. He's one of the most successful entrepreneurs in technology ever in human history. Okay, and I'm just a guy having an idea, and maybe I need help with the VAT declaration, or I need help in finding an office space, and he needs help into taking this into space. I mean, so I think that it's not bad and good, but it's different, and we should know that when you drive innovation.
I think the importance of the chain of events as well, that you understand there's a place and time for everything. There's different playgrounds for different phases.
For different phases. Yeah. And I am in this different. I have one startup that I'm working on that is yet to become a startup. We're still testing it. So I'm on that playground. And then we have Star Stable that is rolling out, and it's 29 million users or whatever. That is a completely different playground. Yeah. So you can be the same person in different playgrounds, but you need to realize that the game is played differently, and you need different people and different types of things in the different things.
Open up for innovation. Imperative, yes.
Imperative, yes.
Context and the environment. The playground is key.
Yeah. And remember, you decided to go on this journey, and you wake up every morning in your own dream. And if you stress out too much, or if you bash yourself too much, you wake up every morning in your own nightmare. You can decide the difference. Successful entrepreneurs, they drive with joy and hope, not with anger and stress. So there we go. Good luck.
Ola, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
He's a pretty good kickboxer as well. You should know that.
Take care.
All right.
Oops, microphone. Microphone.
So many microphones.
Thanks. Oh, wow. Ola Ahlvarsson, everyone. As I said, entrepreneur extraordinaire there. Really happy we could get him in our Innovation Fika. Episode 62, Donnie here, live on LinkedIn and a number of different platforms. I'm going to close down this broadcast, and I'll be back really in short with our next entrepreneur. I'm picking people from the crowd here at the SIME Conference. So I will see you soon here very shortly again.